So, after the uninteresting train wreck that was Jean's story, I'm pretty unenthusiastic to do any of these stories, hence why there was no episode. Technically that's today, but for you it'd be yesterday. Because I just couldn't be fucked. I was so, put these stories on a pedestal and I've just been absolutely disappointed. So, anyway, here we go. This should be Venti's story. Carmen Day chapter. Should you be trapped in a windless land? A child's secret. At the feet of the Animo Archon statue in the plaza in front of Mondstadt Cathedral, you and Paimon discover a little girl playing with her imaginary friend. So, it's just... Even just the introduction to these stories is stupid. What do we care about some little girl playing with her imaginary friend? You act like it's something out of the ordinary and it's something that we should pay attention to. But it's just... It's not very exciting. It really isn't. But, oh well, here we go. I'm prepared for the next hour of my life to be a dull snooze fest.
Hey, look over there! She's all by herself, right? Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else. Paimon's creeped out.
I had an imaginary friend too when I was a kid. You know, it's not that frequent and that common.
What? You mean you used to act like that too? So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination?
Imaginary means in your imagination. What kind of response is that? In your imagination means imaginary. What? I can't even with this game at the moment. I seriously can't.
You must mean imagined friend, right? Why didn't you just say so?
I'm going to assume there's some sort of language barrier here because that makes absolutely no sense in English. It's literally no different.
So, this imaginary friend of yours, when does Paimon get to meet them?
We don't hang out anymore.
Seriously? So, imaginary friends just disappear when you grow up?
Yes.
Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours. Hey, don't suppose your brother has an imaginary friend too?
How does Paimon think she's going to meet somebody's imaginary friend? I really don't think she's grasped the concept. Sure they do. Again, it's not that common a thing, so it's unlikely that her brother also has one.
No way! You guys are so lucky!
That's not what I would call it.
Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you guys could play it with just the 2 of you.
Paimon is really not grasping this concept at all.
Oh, Traveler. Fancy meeting you here.
Tone-deaf bard. What are you doing here?
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new contraptions.
Such as?
Why does the thought of Lisa's contraptions make Paimon so nervous?
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Dangerous?
A monocle equipped with some sort of detector. Looks like a... Why am I talking about a monocle? I don't see a monocle. That's another thing about games. Like, they're giving me dialogue choices before I even see what I'm talking about.
I know, right? Apparently, though, it's called an Urnama detector.
He should have presented the object and then given me the options to speak about. But he hasn't even presented the object even after I've made the choices.
Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out for her, to see if it actually works.
Huh? Why can't Lisa use it?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some other reason for it. If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
So, you can see them? Go on, tell us. What does his imaginary friend look like?
That would be telling. Anyway, it's all yours now, Traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
But the whole point I'm trying to make is, why do I want to? Why is this relevant? Why is it important? She's some random ass child. Does it not feel invasive? It feels invasive to me.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
Yeah, seems like they're best friends. That looks really boring, just jumping up and down like that.
Work for you too.
Paimon
Well,
wants to see?
I'm in a child's body. What do you expect?
But this Gizmo isn't in Paimon size.
Your eye is literally the same size. Okay, mine's a little bit bigger, but they're generally the same size. I don't understand what the problem is.
Alright then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground. Let's go see what everyone's imaginary friends look like.
But why? I just don't understand why. And again, it's not that prevalent a thing.
From the flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed.
The odds of you finding someone other child
She has an imaginary friend.
in this city of this tiny size that has an imaginary friend is just ludicrous. And adults don't have imaginary friends unless they've got psychological issues, and I mean that in the nicest, kindest way. So going to Flora, I suppose Flora is a child, isn't she? I take that back. It's possible. Keep forgetting that Flora, even though she's the owner of the flower store, she's an adult, which is freaking weird. I really don't get the logic behind that. But still, this seems a little unlikely. It's what? Oh, yay, this stuff is growing. I can steal it.
There it is! Behold, a floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora! A bloaty floaty!
Wait, imaginary friends can be plants now?
That's news to me.
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard.
Hi, Flora. Can I ask you a question?
Sure. How can I help?
Who's your friend?
Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him. Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
No fair. Paimon hates feeling left out.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together. You gotta admit that's pretty cool.
It doesn't work that way.
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call it. I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures. I think his name was Stanley.
Ah, Stanley. Yes, I do know Stanley.
Stanley's an adventurer.
Yes, he is.
And you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells.
Oh my god, all this girl does is giggle. Oh my god.
The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt. He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
That sounds like a fun idea for next time. But right now we have other things to attend to.
Flora's, pretty...
Just one more.
Damn it.
Cathedral if you're
I thought I could loot those, but apparently not.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
Oh god.
Paimon's
Timmy?
thinking.
Yeah, Timmy. Let
Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge?
me guess, he's got a bird friend. Whoa! Did not expect that. That doesn't look safe.
No way!
Oh, sorry, chose that moment to rearrange myself. There we go.
Well, that is unexpected.
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard?
I heard a guardian angels, but come on.
Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
Paimon, imaginary friend, doesn't exist in the material plane. What part of this do you not grasp?
What say you we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being?
Paimon, it's time to say the line.
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line?
The one about exploring the area ahead of us later.
Seriously? Oh, alright then. How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
When did she ever say that? I honestly can't remember her ever saying that, yet that's apparently something she says frequently? Okay.
Children are more open-minded. Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
They're going to be drunk. They could be seeing anything in the drunken haze. Oh my god, are we loading or what? Hello? Am I gonna have to like hard reset the game? What the hell? Why were you so slow? Wait, what? Drop in on the adults at the tavern, yet we're not meant to be at the tavern. Oh, for God's sake. I hate how the thing I'm closest to is not the top thing on the list. It's ridiculous. Is it going to take forever to load again? No, it just apparently did not want to go into the tavern. Why would you have patrons drinking around the back of your tavern? You can't see them to keep an eye on them.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern or you miss out on half the fun.
Why is Deluke having a drink with Kaya? That makes no sense.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're being deliberately uncivil.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
I like that really unenthusiastic expression in his eyes. Now, why is Venti sitting down while I'm standing off to the side like an absolute creeper?
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the trash, is that it?
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his mansion, or maybe you've forgotten.
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so? Then I trust you were most swift indeed to part with a certain vase?
Sorry, I have no recollection.
Me? No. I don't imagine any friends. Too busy imagining epic adventures.
What? What? That's the worst we've had so far. That's odd. Master Deluke, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A beautiful one. Unmistakable, in fact.
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups don't appear to have imaginary friends.
I already covered that ground, Paimon. Don't make me repeat myself.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
It seems adults are the same everywhere.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up? Okay, well, Paimon for one never wants to grow up.
In case you're wondering, I've just face palmed.
This raises an interesting question. At what age exactly do people's imaginary friends disappear?
That varies. It depends on why they have the imaginary friend in the first place. When that issue is resolved, then the imaginary friend will disappear.
Let's go and check.
See how Ellen is doing. Is that the chick?
How
The little
about
girl?
Ellen?
Who's who?
Someone
Ellen?
of her age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
That is.
Uh-oh. Somehow Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary.
Who's Ellen? Why? Why? Are we concerned about this person and not being able to see their imaginary friend? We're going up or down? Nope. I'm going back. Ellen. Do I know you? If I do, I don't remember you. My apologies. That's funny.
Jean? What is Jean doing here? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend?
Ellen is a conscientious child.
So she's so determined to become a knight that she... Okay, that's kind of weird.
Not really. There are no rules when it comes to imaginary friends.
Huh? Oh, hello. What are you guys doing?
It is odd that at her age, she still has an imaginary friend. again, it's not common and usually leads to some sort of psychological imbalance.
Are you always training here?
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventures. It was incredible. It got me really pumped up.
Are you about to imply it has something to do with Stanley telling people about his adventures?
I hope I can be as outstanding as him one day.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously I want to become a knight. And if I got to go on an adventure with Jean herself, well, even better.
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
There's nothing wrong with that. I believe you'll succeed, Ellen.
Oh, thanks. I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang out with the honorary knight. Would you join me for some sword training?
Sure.
How can I smash all these training dummies at once?
Certainly sword training when you do it that way, but whatever.
Shame. Didn't man...
Oh, I know
How can I
this
smash all these
chick.
training dummies at once?
I know this chick. She gave me to do this daily one point in time, and I don't know how to freaking do it. So I abandoned the daily and never finished it. I honestly don't know how she wants me to do this all at once. It's physically impossible. How are you supposed to destroy all the training dummies at once when they're this far away?
So that's how to do it. I'm
Good thinking,
impressed.
good thinking, good thinking. I was like, what? Who has an attack that's a circle that's quite wide? She's the only one I could think of. Oh my god, that was a miracle. Whoop! Sorry, wrong button.
Oh, thank you. It's clear I still have a long way to go in my training.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the pro at this already.
Well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my fitness needs some work. One day, though, I'll smash all the training dummies in Mondstadt.
What a strange goal to have. And what? We've deviated quite a bit from imaginary friends.
Ellen, she's our girl. If she can't do it, Hilly Churl.
No comment.
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot there's something I was supposed to do today.
Did she just look at her wrist like she was looking at a watch?
Ugh, but I'm so sore from training. I can hardly move.
Ellen, that sounds like a you problem.
Honorary Knight, could you deliver a message to Jack for me?
Yep, still sounds like a you problem. Where's Jack?
He's gone adventuring at the Temple of the Lion with Stanley today. Stanley's a truly legendary adventurer, renowned in all of Mondstadt. He once set foot in the Mare Javari.
I don't know what that is.
We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans. Could you let him know it'll have to be another day?
You missed the Temple of Lion? No.
Great.
I do not miss that place. Temple of the Lion. Which one's the Temple of the Lion? That one. There's no way I was going to remember which one that was. We've actually got to go in? Okay. The Great Adventurer Stanley. Oh my god, look at all these. I mean, it gives you level up materials. Barely, but it's better than nothing. Does this cost you resin to complete, or can you just keep doing it? It's boring as all hell, but that's one way to get these materials that I'm lacking. Food for thought. Anywho, Ellen asks you to search for the Greenhorn adventurer Jack within the Temple of the Lion. It seems he is traveling together with the legendary adventurer Stanley. Now, you will notice it says party level 28, even though it requires you to be world level 40 just to get the quest. Actually, Ventis would have been slightly earlier, like 38. So it's a bit weird that your group level, your party level would be lower than your world level. I don't know if that's physically possible. Well, I suppose if you don't send your characters, but...
The Temple of the
Weird.
Lion?
I'll go play as Venti.
We
I want to play as
explored
Venti.
this place once before, didn't we?
Yes.
During the Storm Terror incident.
Yep. It's great.
Seems like it's now a hot spot for adventurers. That can only mean one thing. We didn't bag all the loot last time! Looks like we can't go any further.
Hold E to
Not to
charge
worry.
and generate
Allow
a
me.
wind current.
Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
Okay. Weird, but sure. Going up, we're going through, what are we doing here? Ah.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
So if I do that... Oh, I was hoping it would send the hill shell up. It kind of didn't. Knock them down, but... Yeah.
A touch of frost. Spirit blade. Attack!
I swear by my sword! No, my sword!
A touch of frost.
To ashes!
I love her ability. I've been able to hit lots of people with lightning. It's awesome.
Back at ya!
Very useful.
Forth, my plan.
How many enemies are there?
From whence you came.
Too long. Cooldown's too long.
Wind, hear me!
I've got to level my weapons. God, it takes so long to kill shit.
Rain outlines your
Forth, my
Damn
blade.
it, didn't realize he was dead.
Hey, are those guys?
Let me weave you a verse.
Forth, my blade. Submit for judgment.
Eyes on me!
Multitasking. Don't mind me. We good?
I was so sure I was about to die.
To be fair, that could have gone either way. So, you must be Jack the Adventurer, I assume?
Yes. Who are you?
Actually, we came looking for you.
Well, we kind of came looking for Stanley, but sure.
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll join you some other time.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me.
Good. Feel bad.
And then had to rescue me.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that I, Stanley, couldn't have dealt with by myself.
Then why hadn't you dealt with it before I arrived?
Whoa! You are Stanley? You are that legendary adventurer? Renowned in all of Mondstadt? Who once set foot in the Mare Javari?
The very same.
I must say, it's an honor to meet one as legendary as yourself. Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back or head further inside?
Well, I think you're now in the safe hands of Stanley, the great explorer and legend of Mondstadt.
And the great narcissist.
In which case, why head back now?
Okay, motion passed by unanimous consent. Let's head further in.
So, I'm guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Attitude says you don't. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who
Really?
braved the man
Is this shit
Jafari.
timed?
Enough already! Ugh, stop name dropping yourself every time time you open
Venti.
your
What
mouth.
abilities does Venti have?
It's true, though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Well, Jack,
There we go. Did I get it?
where was I?
You and your partner reached the Mare Javari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Precisely. There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The Mare Javari. Suddenly, my partner was caught in a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground.
Which is why there's no one to verify his story.
Gentle
Because the other
breeze
person's
carried
dead.
me to tears
No, I'm
coming
not
up in my eyes.
insinuating he killed them, but there's just there's no proof.
Poor guy.
Ugh, how do I get that
How
high?
could that happen?
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
Ah!
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure.
That's depressing. Hello?
But
Hold up.
whatever happens,
Thank you.
no adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
That's right. To die in a place with wind blows, to have your spirit carried back to Mondstadt on the wind, that's
Yeah. Oh no. The most I can aspire to right now is beginner's commissions. Like clearing out the slimes clogging up the sewers.
You shouldn't die in a place with no wind.
Oh my god, this guy's
Why do
taking
they keep
forever.
going on about that? Is that why Stanley thinks the Mare Javari is the most terrifying place in the world? Because there's no wind there?
I don't know, Paimon. I tuned out a long time ago.
To ashes! Take this! Barbados, guide us.
Just kind of fun considering Venti's in the party. But sure.
Traveler, I believe I've made a small discovery. Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend?
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face.
It fits Stanley's description of himself.
You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self? Interesting idea, but is it true?
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Bye, Stanley. Do you two still have time to spare?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The Sword of Brilliant Valor and the Shield of Magnificent Honor. I don't know whether you believe me, but apparently, both the sword and shield are still right here in Mondstadt, over in Dadaupa Gorge. Since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these two legendary weapons?
Why did he abandon them in the wild then?
I don't know. Outstanding individuals always come with their quirks, right? If I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, maybe they'll finally come around to the idea of me being an adventurer.
Does it matter if they come around to the idea of you being an adventurer? If they're not okay with it, then you just need to do away with them. Gotta do what makes yourself happy, man.
Right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited, and my parents don't support my goals one bit.
Again, if they're being unsupportive and it's something you really want to do, cast them out. Do what makes you happy.
So, what do you say? Help a guy out? I can't bring myself to tell Stanley about it, because my reasons are so, selfish. But, I swear I'll give the weapons back to him as soon as I'm
The
done.
weapons don't belong to Stanley if he doesn't have them now, do they?
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out. Venti, you coming too?
I
Oh, one other thing. I have a bottle of rare vintage wine that I had someone fetch for me a couple years ago.
Don't say that to the kid who drinks a
Help me
lot.
find these weapons, and it's all yours.
Dada Gorge, was it? Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Such a creeper. Did I miss anything else? Nope. Alright. Out we go. I don't even know where that is. I don't remember names of places in this game. Especially Mondstadt. I only go to Mondstadt that frequently except for dailies and bosses.